Hey guys, this is Mastercontrol. Today I'm just going to show a couple of Kiki-Jiki videos. The games I had were pretty good, showing how strong Kiki-Jiki can be. Okay, so first game, I'm going first. So my first hand is a mulligan, unfortunately. It was really nice. I had Pyroblast in that hand too. And my second hand is keepable. I'm hoping to Ruination this guy, depending on how he plays. I mean, Animar is always pretty strong. If it's a new player and they don't have the double lands, then obviously this wouldn't come in handy. Animar would still be pretty strong. But luckily, this guy uses all the fetch lands. And then luckily I draw another mana. I mean, I had four turns to draw mana, but it's just nice insurance. So he fetches something. I draw a Wasteland here. I was thinking about using it, but I didn't really need it. I'm pretty happy to draw a Balefire Dragon there, just because if I get him out with haste, it just destroys Animar decks. They don't have too much flying. So he fetches for a land here, and he doesn't cast Animar. He thought about it, which makes me think that he has a counterspell. Luckily, I drew Imperial Recruiter, so I was hoping he would counter this, but he doesn't. So I go for Solemn Simulacrum. I was thinking of going for one of my 4-drop LD guys, just to bait him out. But I figured if he didn't drop Animar here, then I would just Ruination anyways, just to draw the counterspell out. He plays Animar. He says go. Now here I play Wasteland intentionally, just because I was afraid he had a Force Spike or something. Always trying to get that counter game, and I didn't really need that land anyways with Gauntlet of Might in my hand. So, destroy all his lands, and he kills my Imperial Recruiter. Pretty happy he got that out of his hand there, because I have Sting Scourger in my hand. That would have really screwed up my plans. So he just plays Bloom Tender. I'm not too happy to see that, because it taps for 3, right after I killed all his mana. So right now, because I drew that land, I have enough mana to play Gauntlet of Might and Sting Scourger to send Bloom Tender back to his hand. I didn't want him to get out of control with mana. And my intention was to echo Sting Scourger, get Kiki-Jiki on the battlefield, and with Kiki-Jiki's mana here, I could have used Shrine to Nykthos for profit. So he plays Bloom Tender again. Good move. And Elvish Harbinger and says blue. Blue was the only mana he was missing. He also, when Elvish Harbinger enters the battlefield, he can look for an elf. And he looks for Reclamation Sage to get my Gauntlet of Might. So I have one more turn with all this mana. So I pay Sting Scourger's cost, and I still have enough mana to drop Kiki-Jiki. And this time I send Animar back to his hand, just because it's getting a little big there. I attack with both guys. So he plays Rex Sage on my Gauntlet, which he had 2 options there. He could have played Animar and had 3 mana and then played Reclamation Sage, but he decided against it. He still has, he still has enough mana to play Animar, but he didn't get as much mana off it as he could have. So I draw Scred from the top. Scred is sort of like a fireball when you have snow permanents. So I nail his Animar. and I'm dropping Goblin Settler here. My long-term plan right here, like this is why I didn't drop Solemn, is to get Shrine to Nykthos online and have enough mana to drop Balefire Dragon with haste. So with Goblin Settler, I have just enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have just enough mana. So I just kill some of his lands here. I attack. So he drops this flyer. I'm not too happy to see that because it buys him a turn. Just gives him another turn to draw something. He also drops Sylvan Library, which, 2 extra cards just to find an answer. But I decide to put the pressure on anyways. I put Balefire Dragon out. I copy it and I attack. So he has to block. Sure enough, he does. And then on his turn, he takes a couple minutes here to decide. And yeah, I think his entire turn took 4 minutes. Then he just decides that he doesn't have an answer, and that's it. That's the game.